Hey guys, what's up, Drum Dummers? What you're about to see is a review for the movie Goodfellas, one of my favorite movies. But my good friend, WWE Fan, he asked me to join in on his review, and he posted his review today for that with me on it. And I asked him, I was like, "Can I post this on my channel too?" Because I wanted to give him exposure. He's a real good friend of mine, and yeah. So if you guys could, after you watch the review, I'll post a link to his channel below. Be sure to go check out his channel, give him a like and a sub. And anyway, guys, enjoy the review.
Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE Fan0599 here again, and today we're going to review Goodfellas. So, Goodfellas stars Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta. And what this film is about, it's about this guy named Henry Hill, and all he wanted all his life was to become a gangster. And when he teams up with these other two gangsters named James Conaway and Tommy DeVito, they are basically trying to get themselves higher ranked in the mob industry. And they don't care who they have to get through or who they have to kill to get to the top. They will do it. So, before I give you my thoughts on Goodfellas, I'm going to let my special guest give his thoughts on Goodfellas first. So, Drum Dums, take it away, my friend.
What's up, everybody? I am Drum Dums, and first off, I want to say thank you to WWE Fan for asking me to contribute to his Goodfellas review. Goodfellas is in my top 5 favorite films of all time. That's how important this film is to me. First, I'll give you a little bit of backstory with Goodfellas for me. I didn't see it when it first came out in the theater. I wasn't the biggest fan of gangster movies. And then I got married, and my wife was actually a big fan of Goodfellas. And she said, "You haven't seen this movie yet? Oh my God, we have to remedy this." So I have to thank my wife, because she was the one that originally introduced me to Goodfellas. And it quickly became one of my favorite films of all time. And let me tell you why Goodfellas is so amazing. To me, really, it is the perfect film. There are few films, I think, that are just perfect. I mean, you can probably find flaws in any film if you look really, really hard. But to me, Goodfellas, it's hard to find a flaw. And really, when you get right down to it, it's the realism. When you watch a scene of violence in Goodfellas, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're standing inside a room. You feel like you're witnessing an atrocity. It's not a case where it's a good guy killing a bad guy. No. Even if the worst character is getting killed, it feels real, and you don't feel like you're picking sides, like, "Oh, I'm glad he's dead." Because if you were in a real situation like that, you would be traumatized, and you feel traumatized when you watch it in Goodfellas. A perfect example is the opening scene. At first, we see Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci. They're in this car, and they hear this thumping in the back, and it's almost a comedic scene until they open the trunk, and then the violence just hits you right over the head with a sledgehammer, and you are not ready for it. And when I watch Goodfellas to this day, it still feels very real, and it still really holds that shock value to it. Also, this wasn't a mafia movie that shows you, the top tier. Like most mafia movies, they show you what's going on in the upper echelon. Goodfellas, they showed you what the bottom rung was going through. And it really reminds you that that is really where most of the violence comes from. These are the guys that actually do the dirty work. They go out and they kill people. And it's never glamorized. And I'm sure WWE Fan is going to touch on this, but the acting is just top notch. It doesn't feel like acting. It feels like a documentary. You feel like you're actually watching real gangsters. That is the power of the performances of De Niro, Pesci, and Ray Liotta. And a big part of that is because of Scorsese. Scorsese really knows how to handle actors. He really knows how to make the film that he wants to make. There are scenes in Goodfellas that are directed in ways that are still copied to this day. Filmmakers like Tarantino, Paul Thomas Anderson, among others, have copied Scorsese's style. Really, every director has copied Scorsese. The man is a legend. So anyway, guys, that is my discussion on Goodfellas. Again, thank you so much, WWE Fan, for asking me to jump in on this review. I jumped at the chance. I love talking about Goodfellas. Anyway, guys, I'm Drum Dums. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, and I will give it back to WWE Fan.
thank you so much, Drum Dums, for reviewing Goodfellas. Now I'm going to give you my thoughts on the film. So, what did I think of Goodfellas? You know, I never have seen the film up until last night. Last night was my first viewing of Goodfellas. And I know some of you are going like, oh, well, what are you doing? You're a disgrace to humanity. I know. But, and I gotta say, fantastic movie. I absolutely loved Goodfellas. It is an absolutely fantastic mob film. And just a great film in general. So, yeah. So, let's get into my positives with the film. And my positives are the acting with the movie. The acting is absolutely tremendous with Goodfellas. I absolutely love the acting with this film. Of course, Robert De Niro, in his prime, he was excellent. He did such an excellent job in the film. He gave such a great performance in this movie, and I absolutely loved him. He just did such an incredible job in the movie. I thought he was absolutely great as James Conaway. Joe Pesci as Tom DeVito. Fantastic. And just to think, this came out the same year Home Alone did. Just crazy. The fact that both of these movies came out the same year, and he's fantastic in this film. He plays like this really crazy, really high-tempered guy, and he's just fantastic. He does such an absolutely great job in the film. Like, of course, the scene where he goes, you know, what, am I funny to you? Like, I'm a clown? Like, I amuse you? Like, just the way that was like the best scene to him, like his character. That was the best scene his character did in the entire film. And he was just fantastic in the movie. And Joe Pesci definitely deserved that Oscar for Best Supporting Actor because he was fantastic in the film. Now, Ray Liotta was by far my favorite character in the movie, actually. He was by far my favorite character in the film. He was, to me, the most interesting, the one I wanted to follow the most, honestly, and he was just fantastic. I thought Ray Liotta did a great job playing Henry Hill. You know, seeing his backstory, like seeing, you know, what he did before, you know, he was a gangster and stuff. It was just great. I think, you know, Ray Liotta was great as Henry Hill. Now, the mob/gangster stuff with the film, I thought was very great. It was very intriguing. It was very incredible with the film. And honestly, this is the best I've ever seen, you know, the mob element used in the film. Because, you know, I've seen a lot of mob films in my life. You know, there's been a lot I've seen. And honestly, Goodfellas does it perfectly. It does it the best, in my opinion. And I just loved seeing that. That was just great, seeing what, you know, what this mob family did and everything. I thought that was just fantastic with the movie. Same goes with the violence of the movie. You know, this violence kind of reminded me of, like, you know, with American Psycho, where it just hits you over the head with the violence. It really does. And it doesn't feel grotesque or, you know, it just feels like, oh, we have to have violence for the sake of violence. No. You just feel every punch, every gunshot, every stabbing, everything with the movie. And it's just great. And the opening scene alone just, you know, shows you what you're getting yourself into. And by the way, the opening scene is one of the best opening scenes I think I've ever seen to a film. It just sets up the movie perfectly. And, you know, just the violence was handled excellently, and you really feel, you know, like I said, the punches, the gunshots, the stabbings, you just feel everything with this film. I like the narration by Ray Liotta and the woman that played his wife in the movie. I actually forgot the actress's name. I apologize, but, you know, I thought that narration was great. This is some of the best narration I've seen on film. It was fantastic. I love the narration with the film. Same goes with the dynamic between all three of the actors, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta. They were great together. I thought they had some great chemistry with each other. You bought that they were sort of a team in the film, and that was great. And I love that with the movie, and I just love the dynamic between all three of the characters. The writing is fantastic with the movie. I thought the writing was absolutely incredible with the film. Same goes with the directing. The directing is incredible. Well, of course it is. It's directed by Martin Scorsese, and he does a fantastic job directing the movie. This is by far his best film, and he just just the way he directs the movie is just so beautiful and so incredible, and he just does such a magnificent job directing this film. The pacing's great, honestly, too. You know, the movie's 2 hours and 26 minutes. You know, with that type of runtime, it could get boring and stuff. But no, honestly, I was invested throughout the entire film. And I really do think the movie had some great pacing to it. So overall, guys, Goodfellas is absolutely one of the greatest films ever made. It is an absolutely incredible film. And I think it's the greatest mob film ever made. So it's time for my official grade on Goodfellas. And my official grade on Goodfellas is an A+. It's an absolutely incredible film. Like I said, I love Goodfellas. Just great film. So yeah. So once again, I would like to say thank you to Drumdums for doing this collab review with me. I really appreciate it, and hope we can do it again sometime. So what did you guys think of Goodfellas? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm WWE Fan0599, and we'll see you out later. Peace. I apologize for that awkwardness.